Hey everyone, I'm Casey Hollins, and you're watching the Sportsnet Digital Dose. We've got Mike Johnston from Sportsnet.ca in studio today, and we're talking about some interesting news from this morning. The IOC has decided to scrap wrestling, Greco-Roman and freestyle, I believe, wrestling from the 2020 Olympics. And a lot of people are feeling a little bit enraged about this, a little bit upset or confused. They don't really know why they did that. What's your take on it?
Well, I was baffled, as many people were. If you're going to start removing sports from the Summer Olympics, you don't start with wrestling. Mm-hmm. If you even go back to like ancient Olympics back in Greece, centuries ago, the sort of main attraction, the main event was wrestling. I mean, it's part of the Olympic history. Mm-hmm. And there's in their press release and their statements, there's a lot of political cliche talk and everything, but at the end of the day, the Olympics are about world-class athletes, and wrestlers are world-class athletes. I come from a mixed martial arts background, and I've spoken with a lot of professional fighters, and they say that in their MMA training, wrestling practice is by far the hardest. Mm-hmm. A large percentage of the best fighters in the sport come from a wrestling background because wrestlers are some of the best athletes in the world, and add that with the fact that it has such a rich tradition, a rich history at the Olympics, it's a baffling move.
It's kind of, I don't want to call it stupid, that might be a little harsh, but some people
You can call it stupid. I'm calling it stupid.
It's a lot of people. If you look at Twitter or Facebook, a lot of people are calling this decision stupid. What do you think made them make this decision? No, they had to know that it was not going to go over well, and people were going to be a little bit confused as to why they were doing it. Why do you think that they're doing it?
This is true. Well, the Olympics, like any other sporting organization, at the end of the day, it's a business. Yes, it's an event. Yes, there's a lot of history behind it, but it's a business. So they would look at TV ratings and, different sponsorship programs for wrestling and ticket sales at the events, and they would look at that and they would say, well, if table tennis or if synchronized swimming, events like that, you would on the totem pole of Summer Olympic Games, you'd have track and field at the top, and then in my opinion you'd have wrestling right beneath that. Sports on the lower end of that totem pole, maybe they get better ratings, maybe they generate more income for the IOC. So based on that and all the political cliches and talk that in their statements, I think it's more of a business decision than looking at, oh, this sport's no good. Yeah. Because the history behind wrestling at the Olympics is just too much to say, oh no, we're done with it. Yeah. So I think there's business and money behind decision.
It always comes down to dollar signs.
It's always
in
about
just
the
about
Benjamins.
everything. It's all about the Benjamins.
Yeah.
You have that right. Now, wrestling won't necessarily not be in the 2020 Olympics. Yeah. They have to reapply with some other sports to be included. So we'll have to just wait and see what happens there. They're probably going to fight pretty hard to be included in those Olympic Games. So we'll see. Anyway, that's all the time that we've got. Thanks so much for your insight, Mike.
Anytime.
And check back in a little bit for another Sportsnet Digital Dose.